Father.
Where have you been?
I was out, taking a walk.
Come, join me. We have something to celebrate.
What good news comes our way that warrants a celebration?
I have just successfully concluded that timber deal with the Greys.
Oh, that's wonderful.
I owe it all to the ineptitude of that son of Sir Thomas's. He's truly his father's son. All charm on the outside and no metal underneath. I walked right over him.
Maybe he was trying to be fair.
Oh, come, Charlotte. Let's not be naive. There's no such thing as fair in business, just two sides, each trying to plunder the other's fortunes.
I'm happy for you, Father.
I'm quite sure he returned to his father all puffed up and proud about the great deal he negotiated. But I can tell you, I would have been more than happy to have paid a far higher price than the one we settled on.
There is some pride to be taken in small achievements.
Why are you taking his side?
Well, why won't you lay this ridiculous feud to rest?
Charlotte, if I didn't know better, I'd say you were Sir Thomas's daughter instead of my own.
Except for that embarrassing sword fight, the Greys have entered into this in good faith. And as for Richard Grey, well, he has done nothing but conduct himself in a proper and honourable manner.
How would you know the manner in which Richard Grey conducted himself?
Well, he did successfully negotiate this deal, didn't he?
Have you got something to tell me?
No. It's just I don't like you carrying around these venomous feelings for the Greys.
You never cared about the Greys? Until Richard Grey started visiting this castle. Is he paying his attentions to you?
What if he is?
You deceived me.
It's not deceit.
Go to your room.
Father.
Now!
Wonderful news! I've closed the deal with Lord Wyatt.
What lies did you use to steal her from me?
It wasn't like that, Armor!
Tell me then, what was it like?
I didn't steal her from you. She never loved you.
You're lying.
I didn't want
Just as
to.
you've always been lying to me. You never told her a word of what was in my heart.
I did. I tried, Armor. She doesn't love you. I'm sorry, but it's true.
Wherever you go, whatever you do, stay out of my way. What happened?
The deal is closed. £120.
Oh, well done, Richard. Thank you.
Well done, Richard.
Father, Lord Wyatt is here to see you.
I suppose you couldn't wait until tomorrow to sign the contract.
Shall I get some refreshments?
Yes, let's have some wine, our best vintage. Lord Wyatt, I'm truly delighted to welcome you here to Covington Cross.
The deal's off.
What?
So you can forget about this contract.
I don't understand. Why?
Because I'll not be made a fool of. Whilst I was negotiating in good faith, your scheming, lecherous son was seducing my daughter. Cedric!
It wasn't me, I swear. It was me. I didn't intend to fall in love with your daughter, Lord Wyatt. It just happened.
Just keep him away from my daughter.
Why, Richard? I can think of 1,000 reasons why this negotiation would fail, but not this. How can you do something so foolish when there was so much at stake?
I'm sorry, Father. I'm very sorry. I've got some things to do in the tilting yard.
How could he have done this when I trusted him so completely?
From where I'm standing, Richard isn't the problem.
You're standing in the wrong place.
You and Lord Wyatt have chosen to let pride and so-called family honor interfere with your reason. Whatever happened between the Wyatts and the Greys is ancient history. This feud has no place in your life now, Thomas.
But it's Wyatt who persists in holding this grudge.
Be honest with yourself. It's both of you.
Perhaps. But the man is so...
How often have you done business with unsavory characters? Men you had little respect for. Richard shouldn't have been at that negotiating table with Wyatt. That was your place. It still is.
Are you suggesting I go to Wyatt now? I can't. He'd never hear of it.
Well, he'd hear what he's been wanting to hear his entire life. That he's right and the Greys are wrong. Simple as that.
That's not simple, Elizabeth.
It's just words, Thomas. Nothing more.
But what do I do about Richard?
Well, Richard's more disappointed in himself than you could ever be with him. It's a strength of his character. A weakness, too.
Where would I be without you?
Well, fortunately for you, you don't have to ask that question.
You and I have fought each other for as long as I can remember. We've quarreled over property, over titles, over everything, no matter how small. I've resented your success as a businessman, and you sneered at my achievements on the battlefield. Have you any idea what that hatred has done to us? What it's done to me?
A certain loss of dignity?
After you left my castle today, I said things to Richard that were more damning than anything I've ever said, even to you. How could I treat my son's feelings and his love for me as though they meant nothing? Lord Wyatt, if our children have it in them to accept and even to love each other, can't you and I manage to just simply coexist?
What about our deal?
If you're still interested, I'm willing to go forward as agreed.
Very well. I believe the price we agreed was £115.
115 it is. I think a celebration is in order. To usher in a new era of prosperity between the Greys and the Wyatts.
What a splendid idea.
Seems your student has graduated with highest honors.
Yes. You must be very proud of her.
Why, Ellen, I never realized you're so beautiful.
Well, it's a pity you've realized it too late.
Come now. You know you find me irresistible.
Let go of me.
I think I'll knock some sense into Charles.
No.
Crush a budding romance. Shame on you.
I would hardly call his attentions romantic.
What's life without a little passion? It's what gives love its spice. The harder flint strikes steel, the hotter the sparks it produces.
But perhaps a lady may not desire a certain gentleman's attentions.
Exactly.
Not desire them.
Get your hands off me.
Or is she testing him to see if he has the strength and vigor that she's looking for in a real man?
When a woman declines a man's affections, she means it.
Has she really? No castle ever fell at the first assault.
You confuse women with castles. They're very different.
As any true gentleman knows.
Let go of me.
No, Cedric, wait. I've warned Eleanor that sometimes an attractive woman can expect this kind of behavior from some men. If she remains poised and firm, he'll go away. Well, perhaps the direct approach is the best.
If you'll excuse me.
Almas, have you seen Richard?
No, I haven't.
Almas, I never meant to mislead you, to hurt you. I'm sorry, Almas.
I don't know if you've noticed, but there's a celebration going on downstairs. If it weren't for you, there'd be no deal. You did something I never could. You were able to get Lord Wyatt to sit at the same table and talk without drawing swords.
Please, don't try to cheer me up. I would just like to be alone right now.
If two people have feelings toward one another and it hurts no one else, then who is anyone to judge? I admit the timing could be better, but affairs of the heart follow no convenient schedule.
But I did hurt someone. Almas. He loved her first and I betrayed him.
Did you? She loves you, Richard. Circumstances are unfortunate, but you're guilty of nothing.
Almas is my brother. My best friend in the world. I would rather die than hurt him. I've decided never to see Charlotte again.
That won't take the ache out of Alma's heart. Nor yours. Nor Charlotte's. I saw her this afternoon.
Did she say anything?
She didn't have to. The look in her eyes said it all. Do what you have to do. But whatever choice you make, I'm certain it will be the right one.
There you are, Master Richard.
I'm sorry, Friar. I don't mean to be rude, but
There's a celebration to be joined downstairs.
I would really rather be alone.
Very well. But Almas asked me to give you a message.
Almas?
You've nothing to fear from your brother. He'd like you to meet him in the stables.
Why?
Didn't say.
Almas? Almas!
Richard?
What are you doing here?
What are you doing here?
Almas told me to meet him here.
I got the same message.
I don't think Almas is coming.
Neither do I.